The word perfect, as we understand it, does not exist in the Bible. No, it doesn't. The word perfect in the Hebrew and even in the Greek actually should have been translated differently. We understand perfect as perfection, something that is perfect, right? But in the Hebrew that were used, I'm looking at my notes here, the Hebrew words that were used, they shared the same root words with the word weapon, as in no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Kidneys, which is your seat of your emotions, to sustain, to endure to the end. It also shared the same root word with shalom. Interesting. This is why I like to do what I do. I don't consider myself a Hebrew scholar. I am just a regular person who's a mother and a wife and just a regular human being trying to figure out what's going on. Like trying to figure out what is in this word, in this Bible, that everybody claims to know so much about. There are so many different religions based off this one book. Thousands of them, actually. Thousands of religions based off this one book and opinions. Even within the religion Christianity, there are thousands of denominations. I've gotten sick of it. I've gotten sick of hearing all the opinions. So, the past, I don't know, almost 7, 8 years, 9 years. How long has it been? It's been a long time. I have taken the time to slow down, look at the words. If I see something that's like, does that really mean what I think it means, or does that really mean what I was taught that it means? Because perfect is not the only word that's been mistranslated. The word grace, the word fear. Did you know there's 30 different Hebrew words for fear? Okay, and there's some of them are synonymous to each other, and some of them are not. Some of them actually mean there's different kinds of fear. Okay. So back to perfect. So if we're looking at in 1 Kings 8, verse 61, it says, "Let your heart therefore be perfect with Yahuwah, your Elohim, to walk in his statutes and keep his commandments as at this day." Okay, and in 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 4, "For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahuwah his Elohim, as was the heart of David his father." That word there means to be complete, wholly devoted, and full. Okay, so we know that David was not perfect. Okay, he did some pretty terrible things. But he was wholly devoted. He was a man after the Most High's heart. Okay, we all know that. And this other Hebrew word that was translated to perfect in a lot of translations, Job 1:1. "There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Elohim and eschewed evil." Okay, that word translates to perfect. It means to be complete, guiltless, and to have integrity. Okay, he was a man of integrity. Okay, he wasn't perfect. He didn't have a halo over his head. Proverbs 11, verse 5. "The righteous of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness." Genesis 6:9. "These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with Elohim." That word here translates to blameless, unblemished, and whole. Those two verses. Okay. To be perfect is not something that's unobtainable. Okay, according to Scripture. If we really look at Scripture as it was written, when the authors wrote it, we need to look at the words that they wrote and what they meant when they wrote it. Okay, that same word for blameless, unblemished, and whole, Deuteronomy 18:13. "Thou shalt be perfect with Yahuwah thy Elohim." So when the Most High commands you to be perfect, because he is perfect, be blameless, be unblemished, be whole. Okay? In the Greek, we're going to look at the words of Yeshua, our Messiah. Okay? In Matthew 19:21, and Yeshua said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell all that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. This is when the rich man was saying he did all the commandments. And what else did he need to do to get into heaven? And that word there translates, even in the Greek, it translates to be complete in all parts, full grown and mature. It's not perfect as we understand it. There's a lot of verses and a lot of words that were translated to the word perfect. Okay? And this is why it's so important to not rely on these teachers. I don't care if you've been in Christianity your whole life. I was born into it. My parents are missionaries. I was literally born into the mission field. Okay? I don't care if you have been woke for however long. We don't want to rely on these teachers. Okay? Whether you're in religion or not. If you're studying the scriptures, if it matters to you what the Most High has said, then we as individuals are responsible for our own salvation. We are responsible for learning for ourselves. We are responsible for studying to show ourselves approved before the Most High so that we're not ashamed. Okay, we got to test everything. Even Paul encouraged people to test his own words. It's not about what do the scriptures mean to you. It's not about us. It's about what did the author mean when the author wrote it. And this has been translated over and over and over and over and over again. We need to look at the original language. If you're interested in learning that, I would love to share with you as a beginner, as a newbie, a person who doesn't know the language of Hebrew. We can learn looking at the dictionary, the ancient Hebrew dictionary. Okay, this book here has really helped me a lot. It's a tool to dig into the original language,